got our podcast, thinking you should watch it. If you driving, man, it's good for you to listen. No, we keep it real. No, we spit it raw. Sports dialogue. No, it's good if I'm involved. No, we're not the news. We just cool dude with nobody to impress. Just talking our shit. Call it Pressman Coverage. Pressman Coverage.
Welcome into Pressman Coverage, a podcast dedicated to you, the Titans fan, and our road to glory.
Yes,
Super Bowl 2028.
We back, but super excited. We got a fun, action-packed episode with you today. Today, we're not talking depth chart. We're talking talent. We want to talk through some of our most talented players, their projections, and framing that around what our identity is as a Titans franchise. So there's a lot of pieces that are happening and moving, but I think that we're going to be in a spot here soon where we learn a lot about what we've got on the team. But first, before we jump into it, time to introduce the crew. Mr. Cody.
How you feeling, Lim?
Man, today's a good day. And in your words, I'm feeling real good.
I'm feeling really good too, Lim. You know, in this part of the off season, whatever, it's pretty boring. Not a lot going on. It's kind of like John Cena's heel run. just boring. Not a lot going on. But
the man's 50. Give him a break.
Yeah. Hey, he's got a new hairline though.
That is
It's
true.
looking good.
That's true. LBJ style, right
He's
back.
gonna start inspiring me. What about you, Randy? How are you doing?
Man, I'm good, brother, man. We here. You know what I'm saying? We here to get to some content, man. Like I said, man, we on that road to $2,000, 2,000. You feel
Yes,
me,
sir.
man?
Roll to two. Deuce, deuce.
Yes, Lord. But man, make sure y'all, man, like, comment, subscribe, man. Continue supporting us, man. We really appreciate it, man. But I mean, we here to get to this content, man. Let's get to it, bro.
Man, let's do it. Let's talk about this. We are here to make you as mad as possible. No, I'm playing. But I'll put the framework around how we walk through a few of these things. One, we have a Pressman Coverage Committee in which all three of us, we take our hands off. We've got a group of Titans fans. Let me know if you want to join. We're more than welcome to add you.
Let's go.
And they help give us some of the content in terms of the things we talk about. So the opinions you're going to hear today in terms of how these things or how our players are slotted is not the opinions of us, but the opinions of the community overall. So our committee, our PMC committee, really dove deep to help give us our top 10 players in order based on how they feel they are talent-wise. Not projections so much, but just purely talent. Right now, what can you do? How do you play? How dynamic you are? All of those things taken into account. Cody,
go.
you ready to dive into it?
I'm ready.
Okay, so pyramid style. Let's whip it out. Pause.
Lord.
That was crazy. My bad. So looking at the bottom section of our pyramid, we've got coming in, wrapping in, what is it, 7, 8, 9, 10, T'Vondre Sweat, Roger McCreary, J.C. Latham, Peter Skoronski. So again, number 7 most talented player on our team, T'Vondre Sweat, 8th, Roger McCreary, 9th, J.C. Latham, 10th, Peter Skoronski. So I'm excited to dive into this because I've got some stuff to say right off the rip.
I think I do too, looking at this.
First of all, jump in. Talk to me, baby.
Okay, so J.C. Latham over Peter Skoronski. How did J.C. Latham do last year?
He led the league in sacks allowed, basically.
Was he the number one, like, in his position the last half of the season?
He was not.
That's interesting.
I know, isn't it?
Randy, what do you think about that?
I mean, I'm a J.C. Latham fan, but I don't think he had a, better last year than Pete. Yeah, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree.
I mean, he lost 30 pounds, cut off his dress so he could look like a whole different person. He didn't want to be recognizable coming back.
I mean, even if you look at PFF scores from last year, I mean, you've got what he did last year is right around in the 60s. J.C. Latham, while Peter Skoronski, and we'll flash some of this up, Peter Skoronski, I think it was weeks 9 through 17, was a top 3 guard in the league.
And I think towards the very end, he was number 1.
Yeah.
I mean, he was number 1.
And a lot of people don't really recognize that. He was an absolute dog. So a lot of people don't really see that and understand that. But when we dive into it, looking at the 7 and 8, You've got Roger McCreary, who came in with a 61.3 overall PFF grade. He was ranked 112th out of 222 eligible cornerbacks. Limited pass breakups and interceptions, but we'll talk about projections in a second. Was solid overall. And then T'Vondre Sweat, 76.1 overall, actually was ranked 16th out of 219 defensive tackles in overall PFF grade. Don't sleep on Big T Sweat. The run defensive grade was 10th overall as well. So one of the best interior run stopping linemen. So we'll dive into who's on this next category. But for me, Peter Skoronski, I am putting right below T Sweat. I'm actually putting him at number 8
in eighth,
and making Roger number 9, J.C. Latham number 10. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I would definitely move Peter Skoronski up for sure. Latham, man, if we're going off of if there's a projection, then I think projection wise, he's definitely in the top 10.
Yeah.
Based on what he did last year, he almost wouldn't even make my list. But he does have the profile for sure. McCreary, I love McCreary, dude. He is the definition of a freaking
He's a
dog.
pit bull dog.
Yeah, man.
He's a pit bull.
But his PFF grades are kind of shocking to me that he's 112 out of 222. I mean, that's not very good either. Yeah. So holy cow. Randy, what do you think, man? What are you thinking about Skoronski? Do you think we should have him higher?
Yeah, I think you definitely have to move Pete up higher. I agree with the J.C. Latham moving him down to 10. And I'm only saying that because he's a rookie, man. He had to learn the hard way. Like he said on an interview, man, he was letting it be known that it was certain things that he had to kind of like learn the hard way of like being at a certain playing weight and how these guys are way more athletic and the game has just changed. So I think he can be higher on this list next year when we do the top Titans.
Hopefully he's in the top 5.
Yeah, for sure.
Hope.
But yeah, man, I think for this year, you got to move him down to 10, man. He had to learn a lot of things the hard way. I like where McCreary's at. I think he's very aggressive and he gets to the ball. He's always around the ball. And yeah, man, but you got to move Pete up for sure.
Yeah, you got to move them up. And okay, looking at those last batch of players, the honorable mention, so they finished 11th, 12th, and 13th in terms of the voting. Hooker at 11th, 12th, Jarvis Brownlee Jr., Shiga Okonkwo at 13th. Putting J.C. Latham at 10, right, was what we just did. Or for the list that we've got here as well, with having Skoronski at 10, does Hooker, Brownlee, Okonkwo challenge Skoronski and or Latham for that 10th spot? Any of them more talented than Skoronski or Latham?
Ooh.
If you're asking me, I'm putting Hooker in the top 10 off of merit alone. I mean, like he's like Mr. Reliable for us.
He is, man.
He barely misses time. And I know this is how we're kind of framing this. Like he may not be like talent-wise, he may not be like in the top 10 or whatever. But, dude, like, he makes so many plays for us, I feel like.
Does,
and the fact that I think Randy may have been the only person to actually put him in the top 10.
You did.
I was. And you know what? Man, I love J.C. Latham, dude, but I'm going to have to slide Hooker in right there. He deserves
as of right
that.
now, yeah.
He deserves that spot, man. He's been reliable, bro. He is a ball hawk if you try him. Like, he's making plays, like, yeah, man, you got to move him up.
Yeah,
and having a Okonkwo at 13, I feel like Randy got like multiple votes or something. Because I just, for whatever reason, I off of talent alone or whatever, I probably put Gunnar Helm ahead of Okonkwo.
Hey, hold on now.
That's just me.
Whoa.
He's Mini Kittle.
Oh, man. You know what? I can understand the argument for having a Okonkwo, but not even diving into that in depth. Hooker, to me, has to squeeze into the top 10.
Yeah.
Led our team in interceptions last year. Was was the captain of the defense, if you ask me. I know that Big Jeff was considered the captain of the defense. But in my opinion, I think the true captain was actually Hooker. I think Hooker's the person that kept everybody calm, was a consistent presence on that defensive line or defensive unit, excuse me. I think Hooker was more than just talent, but he's
just not flashy.
He's not.
And he's so not flashy that even our own committee forgot about him.
I know it, man. He ended up right at 11. That's a rough one. T. Sweat, we'll jump into this next tier and we'll talk about if T. Sweat should have went up a tier.
Melo.
But this will be interesting.
Melo.
So the T. Sweat deserves to be where he's at. At least he deserves to be above the other three, I'll say. But having the 10th best run defense grade, period, means something to me. To be ranked 16th out of 219 eligible defensive tackles in PFF grade means something to me as well. We'll talk about projections in a little bit, but I project him to be even better next year if he adds in some pressure numbers and sacks. But just looking at where he's at, man, we'll dive into it. But this next batch of players, based off pure talent, again, we're not going off last year because when I say this middle name, somebody may cuss. Let's reveal this third row. Cam Ward, L'Jarius Sneed, Kevin Zeitler. So off the top, recognizing that T. Sweat's the top of that bottom list, and it goes left to right. Is T. Sweat more talented than Zeitler, Sneed, or Cam Ward? Is he properly slated to be the leader of that bottom row?
So, dude, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Cam Ward, but I don't think Cam Ward should be ahead of T'Vondre Sweat, and he hasn't even done anything yet.
Pure talent, man.
I mean, pure talent, but I mean, we saw T'Vondre Sweat when he was chasing down Tua Tagovailoa at 350 pounds or whatever.
And he stiffed on my man.
Yeah, I mean, he was running down the field. That's the thing. It's like, if T'Vondre Sweat, in my opinion, if T'Vondre Sweat could sack the quarterback, he'd probably be the best defensive lineman in the NFL.
He could be, man. He could.
The thing is that he's just, and this is just my own personal opinion, is that if you're just a run stopping nose tackle or whatever, DT, then your upside's just kind of limited. But if he could just add, like, getting to the quarterback and getting those sack numbers up, dude, I mean, he's all the PFF grades are on his side.
Yeah.
Everything. So with pure talent, I get why Cam Ward's ahead. I would probably just put Sweat above that.
Above Cam Ward.
I
So
would.
are you moving Sweat above Kevin Zeitler, who Kevin Zeitler is the closest to him at number 6 coming in? Kevin Zeitler's 86.5 overall grade, 5th out of all guards. Goodness
An
gracious.
absolute road grader.
87.2 run block grade, which is 4th overall. So 86.5, which is basically 87 overall run blocking, 87.2, 4th in the league at guard. He's an elite run blocker. He's a true guard in terms of size, athleticism, all of that. And he's just a staple for any O-line he's been on for the last 3 to 4 years. Does he deserve to be right above Sweat? And is he deserving of being below Sneed?
So I would probably put Zeitler ahead of Sweat.
Okay.
Zeitler, dude, I mean, everywhere he goes, like, the line is good. Baltimore, the line is always phenomenal. He goes to the Lions, the line is phenomenal.
Yep.
He's just got that. It's probably just that leadership quality about him, and the fact that wherever he goes, like, he's good at communicating, he's good at setting up things for everybody. I'm really, really looking forward to see T'Vondre Sweat against Kevin Zeitler in the trenches, dude. I think that's going to be some action.
Yeah.
Him and Simmons as well. So, but yeah, I would have Zeitler ahead of Sweat. I probably have Zeitler ahead of Sneed as well.
I'm not doing that. Whoa. Okay. So based off Cody's pyramid, you really have Cam Ward just ahead of Rodgers at number 7. And then your next tier is Zeitler, Sweat, then Sneed, or Sneed, then Sweat?
I would have Sneed and Sweat.
Woo! Okay. Let's talk turkey real quick about my boy L'Jarius Sneed, because y'all not about to disrespect him because of just last year. You are not going to do that. L'Jarius Sneed, when healthy, is a top 5 corner in the league talent-wise.
Period.
I agree.
Not just talent, but production too. I'm not going to let you do this. But I understand Zeitler being a top 5 guard too. Ooh-wee. Yeah. I don't know.
I think it also goes into the fact like what this team needs. And I'm just so scarred from shitty offensive line play at the fact that like Zeitler to me is like he's like a crown jewel.
Yeah.
It's just like I just want to cherish
My
him.
precious.
Like please stay forever.
Even though you're 40, like, man, goodness. Randy, tell me, man, what are your thoughts on the Snead versus Zeitler? And again, I know they play different positions, but from a pure talent standpoint, where do you have them slated?
Man, that's so tough, dude. Because I mean, and I love when draft analysts do this, man. Like, you know, Zeitler, he has those dancing bare feet. You know what I'm saying? dancing bear. So I like when they do that, but man, like, man, dude is a mauler, bro. Like, he's gonna clear it out, man. That's so hard to come by. But like we talked about last episode with Snead and the ability to cut off literally half of the field and literally take away your number one if he's shadowing him. He's done for the game.
Yep.
That is such a game changer, man. I got him neck and neck, man, and I probably would give Snead the edge when he is healthy,
Okay.
slightly. And yeah, that's where I'm at on it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Snead, from a talent perspective, is just so freaking talented at corner. And I think about it from a multitude of perspectives. One, he can guard your biggest receiver with no issues. He guards some of the we saw what he's done to Tyreek Hill multiple times, even what he just did last year.
You can't F with me.
You can't F with me. You know what I mean? And proved it all game long. Sure, Tyreek Hill's quarterback was me out there, but he
That helped
locked
us
them
win
up.
a third of our games.
Maybe, hey, you better believe it. 1/3 of the
math.
games was Snead alone. But, you know, I think that it's an interesting place to be because you're hoping he gets back to that and he's that consistently. But again, man, he cuts off half of the field. I have to sneak him above Zeitler. Now, what I want to let you guys talk about is Cam Ward and him being listed as the 4th most talented player on our team. I think Randy may believe this. Cody may think he don't even need to be in the top 10.
No, I think he deserves to be a top 10. I mean, if we're going based off of talent alone, I mean, Will Levis could be in the top 10.
No, well, hey,
I mean,
talent does include accuracy.
I agree, but I'm just saying. I mean, he can throw the crap out of the ball. He's got a quick release and everything. We're just talking about pure talent.
So
right?
You would have Anthony Richardson number 1 on this, wouldn't
Hey.
he? He can do a backflip
He
and
can
throw
run a
a football.
4.40, 240 pounds.
See, this is exactly why we have these type of conversations, to let this man publicly be out here being known as the guy who believes that Anthony Richardson will be the most talented player on any team because he can do a backflip.
I mean, he's got a winning record as a quarterback.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, he does. He's definitely better than Will Levis.
He's not even better than Jake Locker. We'll show those stats another day. But
He's got a better record.
that's it.
Yes.
None of the passing categories. So, looking at Cam Ward, Randy, is number 4 properly slotted for you, or do you actually see him being, from a talent perspective, not as talented as Snead, Zeitler, and or Sweat?
Man, that's tough. I'm trying not to let my bias get the best of me.
Let it take over.
You have the jersey behind you.
I mean, he's gonna win us games, man. I think you can have number 2.
Yeah, you said 11. Oh, here we go.
Hey. Oh, no.
Hello.
Oh,
It's a no-brainer.
Oh, my goodness. Number 2 most talented player. And there's probably somebody screaming, yeah, I believe that.
You know what's crazy about that is that, you know, a lot of these analysts and stuff, too, said if Cam Ward came out last year, he'd be like the 6th quarterback taken.
That's disrespect.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I mean, if he's the 4th most talented player on our team, oh crap!
Yeah, we'll talk about that. And okay, so let's just go ahead and reveal row 2, so we can talk about if Randy put him at 2nd, who he'd be over. In our top 3, number 2 and 3 from the committee is Jeff Simmons and Tony Pollard, rounding up that 2nd row. I personally. This is what trips me up with Tony Pollard is from a talent perspective, I think that a more talented running back, and I know the numbers don't show this, but I think Spears is a more talented running back than Tony Pollard.
Yeah, he's more creative with the ball.
Yes.
Like I
You
think
know what I'm saying?
Cam Ward is more talented than Tony Pollard. I
Yeah.
think Snead is more talented than
Yeah.
Tony Pollard. I think Zeitler is more talented than Tony Pollard.
I think Pollard's right above Roger McQuarrie.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna drop Tony down, and this is with all respect. He is one of our top Titans, but like, yeah, put Cam for me. Put Cam up there. Tony is consistent.
Hey, whoa. Okay, for you. Okay, I'll let you do it for you. You're not going to do it for us, but you can do that for you. Okay, all right, my bad. Go ahead.
Hey, hey, I'm just saying, bro. I think you drop Tony down, bro. You know what I'm saying? He is very talented. He's in that top 10, but is he a top 2? No. He's very consistent.
He's reliable, though.
He's reliable and consistent. He can catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? He has a great one cut. He has great vision. He can, you know, I mean, he used to house it in Dallas, but like I ain't seen him. Has he housed anything here?
No.
He's not really, since the Cowboys, he's not really like the home run hitter. TD even mentioned that he's like, he'll just run behind his pads now.
Yeah.
Like he's got more to run behind his pads. To me, Tony Pollard, he's like the Monty Hooker
Yes.
Yeah.
of the offense.
Yes.
Like just reliable. But third most talented on the team, come on, committee.
Yeah, the committee. Hey, we got to talk. We need to evaluate. We're taking applications for the committee. And you know, I respect it though, because I get it. You know, from a yardage perspective, he's over 1,000. You know, from a PFF grade perspective, though, he's 33rd out of 47 at a 68.7 overall grade. Rush graded a 73.5, which is 31st out of 47. So he's right in the middle of the pack in terms of where he stands from a PFF perspective, which is pretty interesting.
Not even in the middle. He's towards the back
Yeah,
half.
he is. He is in the back half.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you look at it technically. So it's kind of surprising. That surprised me when I saw that, because I thought that he was better than that, but I get it. They're probably thinking of yards over expected, things of that sort. And he also was ran into the dirt as well. He played that last game on one leg trying to hit some incentives.
Yeah, and again, like I gotta always bring up this TD thing, because I mean he said that for majority of the season Tony Pollard's foot was trash.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean he was dealing with a lot that entire season. And he still produced.
Yeah. It's true. And, you know, yes, we're saying drop him. And I know two things can be true when I say what I'm about to say, all
Yeah,
right?
we love Tony Pollard.
He can be dropped, but I still think he's underrated league-wise too.
Yes, 100%.
Like not underrated from a talent perspective. Some people may properly slate him as maybe a middle of the pack talent wise, but he gets the job done. And so many times, I just want a running back that can do that. Sure, in the division, you've got some other running backs, which we'll talk about in a future episode, who are more talented. Travis Etienne is a super talented running back. But if you ask me personally, two-tone glasses in full effect, put them on, baby.
Yeah, put them on.
I'm taking Tony Pollard over Travis Etienne.
Let's go.
Agreed.
You know, but more talented, Travis Etienne. So put some more respect on my boy TP's name. Maybe we need to do the same. But, you know, I think that dropping him is perfectly fine. I would put him right above Roger, right below Sweat in terms of where he falls overall.
I like it.
So talking about number 2 on this list, Jeff Simmons had an 80 overall score on PFF last year, 81.6 pass rush score, which is 9th among all defensive tackles. So he was somebody who was an absolute dog overall, and, you know, contrary to popular belief, was actually really effective in the pass rush grade. His pass rush win rate was pretty high, obviously getting him the overall pass rush grade is at 81.6. Again, 9th amongst all defensive tackles. Are you guys fine with Jeffrey Simmons being slated as our second most talented player overall? Randy, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I think so, man. Because with Jeff, when he's healthy and you know, he's in that zone and, you know, he's not psyched out, he's one of the best, man. He, you know, league wide. You know, so yeah, I think for sure he's in that top 2 conversation. Yeah, I mess with Big Jeff.
Cody, what are your thoughts on Jeff?
Yeah, he's top 2, but he's not 2.
Number 1.
Yeah, he's number 1. And shout out Drake. I think that was a Drake line, right?
I think so.
Okay. Whatever.
He copies people all the time, so I'm not sure. Shout out Kendrick. I'm a Kendrick guy. They're not like us. They're not like us.
But he's not too. He's number one to me. Again, and people like to dog on him because he says that he gets double teamed all the time or whatever. And maybe he shouldn't say it like publicly or whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that he's double teamed all the freaking time.
For a reason.
Yeah, I mean, he's double teamed all the freaking time. And so the guy that we have number one, I don't know if you want to reveal it or not.
Let's go and say the name.
Is Calvin Ridley,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
he sometimes catches the ball and doesn't know where the stick is at.
Oh, that made me so mad, dude.
So and Calvin Ridley is great, but I think he's more of a wide receiver too. Like, I think that's a consensus even on this pod that we think he's more of a wide receiver too. And for that to be the most talented player on the team doesn't register with me. Doesn't really make much sense. So yeah, I would definitely move Jeffrey Simmons up. I would move Ridley down. And if I keep on looking at the list again, I may move Ridley down behind. I could move him down behind Snead. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's top two Ridley.
Let me ask. So, all right. So, Cody, I agree with moving Jeff. Now that you saying that, I agree with moving Jeff to number one. But really, man, we got to give him a little more respect. He needs comparable quarterback play, and when he has a great quarterback, he is one of the best. I'm not gonna lie. He can run any route on the tree. He's one of the crisp route runners. He's in top. I want to say he's probably top 3 route runner in the league.
Mm-hmm. Don't play with Ridley.
Where do you?
I'm not joking.
I agree. Okay, so overall as a wide receiver, where do you put him? Is he in the top 10?
Well, he hasn't.
It's the well that
yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's different factors that come into that, but it's kind of like how he's wide receivers' favorite wide receivers. Like it's how the guys in the league respect Amari Cooper's route running, or who is one of those other like route technicians that gets praised, but he's not like a top. He's not considered a top 3 receiver.
Is Devontae Adams not considered a top 3 receiver anymore? But he's one of those. He's one of those that's respected. And when I'm just saying that, I'm saying that this guy is under the tutelage of Julio Jones, bro. Like, and he was very dominant then. Like, it's just, I think this year you'll be able to see the upside and why these guys slotted him talent wise in that. He had a rough go last year with that type of quarterback play, offensive line play, and was still able to put up 1K.
Yeah, so. I just completely disagree. I mean, I get that. I mean, Jeffrey Simmons was under the tutelage of Jarrell Casey. Jeffrey Simmons played the entire 2 seasons ago or whatever with a jacked up foot.
And I agree.
In the locker room crying.
And I agree. I'm saying that I think Jeff should be number one. I'm just saying that I'm not mad at really being in that top 2 to top 3 range. Like, to me, his talent is that at its peak. To me.
Okay. And I agree with that. But our committee has him at number 1.
Nah. You got to put Big Jeff.
And we've said that we don't think he's potentially not even a top 10 wide receiver. I don't know what you think about that.
I'm riding with Ridley, dog. I'm riding with the Riddler. I think Ridley is the most talented player on our team, pure talent wise. And this is what I'm thinking of.
Riddleman.
He is tops in the league in route running. He's a speedster. Sure, his brain don't work sometimes, but that's not talent. I'm talking about pure talent. There's nothing that you can name that Jeff Simmons does where he's top 5 in the league at that thing. There's things you can name with Calvin Ridley, and it's every single route that you can point to on the tree. Okay. That's why I think talent-wise, he is our most talented player overall.
So is Jeffrey Simmons not like in the top 5 of stopping runs? You don't think so?
No. I think Tamondre Sweat's a better run stopper than Jeff Simmons.
Really?
He was ranked 10th overall in the league.
Well, Jeffrey Simmons is ranked 9th.
Well, that's pass rush, not run stop.
Okay. 80 overall. Okay, all right.
But look, I get it. I get the argument. And I can see both sides. I got to go with the Riddler, though, man. 1,000 yards with
Bad
somebody
quarterback
who
play.
throws the ball to the other team half the time, or somebody who's Mr. Check Down himself and still doing it. And everybody's focused on you from a receiving standpoint because it was just NWI. Everybody's so focused on you that NWI got 10 touchdowns last year.
Yes.
So why is his PFF grade trash? Why is he 40 out of 98?
Because it's more than just, that doesn't tell me talent. That just tells me numbers.
I'm just asking, like, what
What goes into it.
Yeah, so
I think drops is a part of it, which I
That's
think
a
he had a
pretty big
few of
part.
those. Yards after catch goes into effect. PFF does their grades kind of way, and PFF takes blocking into account for their PFF grades as well.
okay.
I don't know how good of a blocker he is. I'm sure he gives a lot of effort, but he also seems like the type where he's going to do a two-hand punch and fall down.
I
sometimes
just
too.
don't. I don't know, bro. Like I maybe I'm being disrespectful saying he's not in the top 2 talent wise, but I would still put Jeffrey Simmons ahead of him because I just
Anybody else you're putting over him besides Jeff? You're getting close to the mic, so I feel like you're about to cap it.
I know. Well, I was thinking, but I think you've kind of, I did, maybe I didn't take the route running into full consideration or anything. And maybe I'll leave him at 2.
Okay.
I'll flip flop him.
Okay. I can handle that. If you put anybody else ahead of him, only person
We're
I
gonna
can
argue
see,
about 10 more minutes.
huh?
I said if he put anybody else,
Oh, we're gonna argue
ahead
about
of
more
him,
than
we're
10 more
gonna
minutes.
argue
He's getting out. But only person I could actually see creep up there, and I know that he's lower on the list, is Kevin Zeitler. I think Kevin Zeitler is so freaking good at his position. 5th overall in the overall PFF grade, 4th in run blocking. He's an absolute monster. He's the guy who's top 5 in multiple things. He's literally top 5 based off PFF grades. But I'm taking Ridley 1. I respect the Jeff Simmons at 1 committee. You got a lot of things wrong, but you got that right. I don't care what nobody says about you. All right. Okay, so looking at this, we've got 6 players on offense, 4 players on defense who round out that top 10. Even if you add in Hooker, you're still going to end up with those same numbers. Or we actually will go 5 and 5 if you add in Hooker and drop out one. But we've got Skoronski, Latham, Zeitler, Ward, Pollard, Ridley. Those are the 6 on offense. And then on defense, you've got Simmons, Snead, T. Sweat, Roger. So understanding that, and if you sub out Hooker, you're going 5 and 5. Let's talk about identity. So is this still a defense first team, which we've been for the last X amount of years, where our defense has to win us games? Looking at who our top talent is, and let's zoom out, we can look at more than that. But from an organizational standpoint, are we defense first still?
If we're defense first, we're in trouble
Okay.
because we allowed 28 points a game.
Yeah, we were terrible in points per game.
That's horrid.
Really good in yardage, terrible in points per game.
So I think the yardage thing, I don't know, dude. It's just how many crappy special teams plays were there? How many times we turn over the ball, give these dudes short fields? So I think they always think
But that also affects points per game too, though, because they had so many short fields, and that added to the defense's
for
points
sure.
per
And
game.
that makes a good point for sure. But yeah, people always like to bring up the yards or whatever, just like how I like to bring up the points. But man, it's just we don't. I can't see us being defense first when we can't freaking sack the quarterback.
Yeah.
And as you say, we got 3 edge rusher threes.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
And we don't even know like what's going on with Femi
What do you mean?
because we haven't signed him yet.
Yeah, well, 30 of the 32 and the date of this recording haven't signed yet. It's just a second round pick thing right now. He'll get signed though. There's no.
We need him.
I don't think there's any way that all 30 don't get signed. It's really just the Texans and the Browns signed their guys to fully guaranteed contracts. Everybody else wants it now. But I don't think it's actually Femi himself, though.
Yeah, well, we need him to come in and be big time. Honestly, if we're going to try to depend on this defense more, yeah, I think we're going to need him.
Yeah, I agree. Randy, are we still so your answer is, are we still defense first?
No, I think we'll have to be offense first.
Okay. Identity shifting more to offense first. Randy,
Offensive
what
head
about
coach,
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably say, we're offense first, man. We invested in a lot of revamping of the offensive line this year and weapons, and with the dog at quarterback that can distribute the ball pretty quick. I expect this team to be able to put up points. I'm just saying, like, be competitive in games and fight back. But I think our narrative is switching this year. We didn't have the talent to make up for what we desired last year. I think this year we have pieces in place to try to see out that vision and that manifestation. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to agree with you guys both, or we've kind of pivoted towards the offensive side and being an offense first team. One, as you just said, offensive head coach. That's a natural shift. It takes a year or two, in my opinion, to shift the roster to where it makes sense. But now our roster is at a point where we've quietly shifted towards explosiveness, where before we were kind of maintain, run the ball, get the ball in the receivers in spots where they can make plays, and they don't really make plays. Now we actually can scheme up some things that are more down the field with the offensive line being improved and so forth. So I agree. That's where it's pivoting towards. From a leadership standpoint, I think it's rarely that there's both sides kind of drive the team. I think either your offense drives the team or your defense drives the team. And the complementary football comes where your defense keeps making big plays, putting your offense in good positions, and you continue to push forward. Like for me, the Lions was offense first. Although their defense was solid before all the injuries, it's offense first. Even for the Eagles, I think it's defense first. Even though their offense had some weapons and they put up some points at times, I think it was defense first. For us, which side of the ball is going to be where the leadership is driven? It's going to be the catalyst of us winning games. Randy, I'll start with you. What's our catalyst from a leadership perspective, offense or defense?
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with that again. I think offense. You know what I'm saying? I think Cam Ward will be very vocal and detailed. And I just think the offense will be way more disciplined this year. Now, I do like how Denard is fueling this defense with, these certain pillars that they're building amongst the defense and what it means to be a Titan. But, yeah, man, if I was to pick, it's offense for me. I just think Cam is just going to – it feels different. You know what I mean? And it's hard to kind of put into words of what we're kind of like witnessing in real time, but that offense looks different. So, yeah.
I agree. Cody, what about you?
Yeah, I think I lean more towards the offense too. I think for whatever reason, Jeffrey Simmons got put into like this de facto, he's going to be the leader of the team. And I think that's more just because he was here when in reality, I think it probably should have been, Hooker. It could have been, I think nowadays, Zeitler would be a better leader of the team than he would be. And I just don't think he not necessarily wants that responsibility, but it's kind of like KD just wants to go out there and hoop.
Yep.
He was the only person too that didn't come to the voluntary minicamp.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that matters when when everybody else comes and you don't. Like I think that reflects poorly on you. And when your reasoning for it's a personal decision. Like that doesn't resonate with me. And I love Jeffrey Simmons, hence the jersey that's sitting behind me. So if he just wants to go out there and hoop, then just say that. Just you want to go out there and play ball, just say that. And pass the leadership qualities over to somebody who I think probably wants it, and that's Cam Ward.
Yeah, no Cody Barton. And one thing I'll say though with him not showing up, I'm sorry, Randy, I'll let you jump in, is If I'm him, I've gone through the last 3 or 4 years. I haven't got the sack numbers I wanted, and I know I need to make a big change. I'm on this plan where I come back and I'm maybe 25, 30 pounds lighter than when I was, at least 15 to 20. If I've got a regiment and I've been sticking to it and I've got a plan, I'm going to see that all the way through. I get it. I do agree that it's not a good look that he wasn't there, but him coming in changed so much physically. If the numbers show on the field, so be it. I think he was at a point in his career where he's like, I need to change something, whether it's spending a little bit extra time with my personal trainers, working on things or whatever it is. If I'm going to get to that level, I need to change something.
And I respect that. But to me, Callahan was trying to, start this whole culture changing, shifting thing. And Jeffrey Simmons is supposed to be the leader of the team, and you're the guy who's not there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's you can work out at the facility. You can do all this stuff that you probably do on your own. You can do that at the facility. And it's just, to me, I don't know if it's considered like a slap in the face to Callahan that he didn't show up, but the fact that Callahan was like wanting to like do all these things where he's got like it's like elementary grade type stuff where he's like having like these groups and they're like getting all this little point system together or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, I'm sure he came to Jeffrey Simmons and he was like, hey, like I need you to be here. Like, you're a leader of the team. And Jeffrey Simmons didn't show up for him. And to me, I don't think that's not a leader, in my opinion. And, again, he may just want to go out there bald and just say that.
Yeah, I think it may be the opposite, that he spent time. As soon as the season ended, he said, hey, coach, I'm going to spend every second I have with my trainers. I'm going to change my body. I want to make sure I'm getting to that 10-sack goal before he even came up with his offseason plan. And that decision was made then. I honestly don't think that I think he would have a good enough communication channel with Brian Callahan where that conversation was had, and that Callahan wouldn't even have thought to ask him, hey, do you want to, I need you to be here, blah, blah, blah. I think he would know, hey, Jeff's got his plans working his plan. I'm going to work with who's here. But I get it. I get the fact that he wasn't there wasn't a positive, but I just don't think it's as big as a negative that everybody's pointing it out to be. I get it. Randy, what are your thoughts?
I think he's a leader. It's just, you can have different styles of leaders, and at the time, man, we were so bad as a team that like we just looked for our best player to like somehow come out as a leader. And I think with Jeff, man, he's just gonna show by example and come there. For me, I didn't take it as a bad thing for him not showing up to camp. I took it as him being that serious. I think he had a self-evaluation of himself and say, bro, I can't play like that again. I have to switch it up because I know I can play when I'm at this level. And so if he took that time to do that, then take it. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed as soon as he came for like mini camp, he's dropping down doing burpees. Like he's showing these guys like, nah, we're back. We're back in his zone. Like, he's showing in another way like, all right, ain't nobody test Cam to see if he is who he say he is. I'm going to fiddle with him to see if I can rattle his brain. No, he's still going in the huddle and calling these plays quick. That's still that's a different style of leadership to me. And all of these can be important in their respective place. Yeah. So that's just my take on it.
Yeah, and it's an interesting place to be for him because he also, I think, recognizes no matter how good he plays this year and next, he's heading towards, and I think at the pinnacle, this is like the peak of his prime. He's probably downhill from here, and I don't mean like a steep slope, but like he's getting older. Those things are changing, and he's probably at a point now where other guys do need to start having a stronger voice. Maybe not stronger than him right now, but Femi needs to be very loud in that locker room. Cody Barton needs to be a guy he's already shown when he was mic'd up. It was an excellent mic'd up session.
It was,
I mean? So I am excited about that. And from a culture standpoint, I do see there being a culture shift and it getting back to guys who really love the game. I know they spoke about something that's what they wanted to do, but I can see them making a concerted effort in that, and the guys that they brought in. Even, I hate to bring up the name, but I'm going to do it. Even Chimere DK, hearing him talk in his interviews, he just loves football.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't associate that with guys who played at Florida because they don't win much, so they can't love football. But anyways, we're good. We're good. Just want to say that. But have you guys noticed a culture shift?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, something needs to. I'm really trying to put it into words, right? Because when you got somebody like Will Levis, who was kind of how he was last year in the locker room or whatever, and you bring in somebody like Cam Ward, and you bring in like Chimere DK, and you bring in all these different team captains and everything. I think the culture shift is going to happen pretty naturally, right? But I don't know, man. I think, I think the culture shift is going to happen. I think it's going to take some more time. I think with the Callahan doing a little point system and breaking these dudes off into teams and everything, I think it's going to help them, kind of form new relationships and kind of love you like your next brother or whatever. What about you, Randy?
Man, I just agree with that point, bro. Like I really think we're on a new wave, man. You go through these phases, and you go through revamping the team, and we just see it happening in real time. I think once we see camp kick off, the guys have really been supportive of like the point system and all of these things that Cali has tried to revamp to like coach differently than he did last year. I see the guys like taking it well, and so it's like when you see that, I just think we're on a different. This team is going to be different, bro. Like there's not. I don't think we're gonna have many of those like offside whistles or those just stupid like penalty plays. When it comes down to like winning the game and we're in the nitty gritty, I think it's different than Vrabel's style, but I think we'll have that same result of like we're prepared and we're detailed and we know what's going on when the game is on the line. And those are the deciding factors if you lose that game or if you win that game. So that's just me.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest lessons that Callahan took away was I would guess, and he hadn't said anything like this, but I would guess a lot of his framework around wins and losses, yes, he thought the small things were important, but I don't think he emphasized it enough. I think he felt like we lost a lot of games or lost the potential to be in a lot of games because we weren't disciplined. We're offsides, we're holding, defensive holding late in the games, like we're doing things of that nature very late. So I think that, we're in a place now where he's recognizing those things. He's made some changes. What it's going to result into, like he said in his last press conference before he went to the break before training camp, we don't know if it's going to result on the field. We still have to go and show and prove it, but at least we've taken steps towards that, which has helped with the culture shift overall. And we need that. Yeah. We need that. But closing this out today, one last thought, Cody. Tell me this. Are we going to be able to win close games this year? Based off the culture, based off the leadership, the talent that we have, are we in a position where we're going to win close games, or at least more than we did last year?
Yeah, I think so for sure. And the only reason I say that is that last year when things went poorly, and we talked about this, is that they would spiral out of control. Yeah. And I think like the personality type that Cam Ward is, I think adding Zeitler, getting Cushenberry back. Yeah. I think having those types of voices, it's going to be able to rally the troops more and basically be like, this isn't going to happen. Not again. Yeah. And so, if you can flip some of them one-possession games to get some wins, I'm not going to say 11 wins like Randy, but hey, we can start getting up to, 6 or 7.
Randy, close us out, man. Tell us your thoughts.
Man, I think this team this year has a perfect blend of guys that is poised and guys that is turned up and energetic and aggressive. And I think when you have a good marriage of that, that's when you become a winning team. That's when you have your guys when it's time for that energy. You got your Big Jeff that's going to yell at you. You got your Femis that's going to be energetic. Get that huddle rile back up. Like if we're down, like get them to play harder on this last play. And then you have your calm of the storm with Cam Ward and not being rattled in these. We got 2 minutes left on the clock and we're down 7 and we get down there and we drive down the field and we go for 2. You need a guy that has ice in his veins, and you got a Zeitler that can calm the offensive line, like you know what I'm saying, and really have Latham to like lean on him and on his teaching, and it's just like I think these guys would be special. You know what I mean? And, it's the dawn of a new age, man. So rally up and give them 11 wins, man. It's playoff birth time, bro. We're on Broadway every week. I'm talking about Liam's going to paint his chest. It's going crazy.
I know we talk about this episode after episode. And I'm sorry. You guys get to see the effects of cocaine live. I know I'm playing with you. I ain't going to do my guy like that. But look. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with us. We were excited, to really share this with you guys, but more importantly, to hear your thoughts. So tell us, are we tripping on the top 10 players? Did our committee get it right? What would your pyramid look like? What does the leadership look like now? Are we going to be able to win close games? What's the culture? Everything you heard today, we want to hear from you guys. So like, comment, subscribe, shoot us DMs, text your neighbor about it. We appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in to Pressman Coverage.
Pressman.